Warfare, Drought, and Agriculture, Coping with Conflict and Food Insecurity. Amber Vanderwarker, Gregory Wilson, University of California, Santa Barbara. Vanderwarker's research focuses on agriculture as it intersects with environmental catastrophe. This work has a strong multidisciplinary focus, whose ethnobotanical work has helped revolutionize our understanding of the cultivation of native plants in North America and elsewhere, as well as relationship between the intensification of maize cultivation and the emergence of more complex Native American societies in the Americas. Amara West Research Project, exploring lived experience in Pharaonic Egypt's Nubian colony, 1300 to 800 BC. Neil Spencer, British Museum. Amara West is a pharaonic town created around 1300 BC in northern Sudan, and was occupied for around 3 centuries. This project, through combining modern macroarchaeological excavation with geoarchaeology, micromorphology, materials analysis, and bioarchaeological research, reveals a rich preservation of architecture and occupation deposits. This project is the first to reveal the importance of Nubian cultural markers with an ostensibly Egyptian settlement, advancing our understanding of the experience of ancient colonialism as practiced by Pharaonic Egypt. The results of this 10-year project have significant impacts on our understanding of early urbanism, individual and household agency in ancient societies, hybridity and cultural entanglement within colonial contexts, and the importance of moving beyond normative functionalist models for ancient towns. The Tale of the Skridstrup Woman, Karen Margareta Fry, National Museum of Denmark. Fry's work has made a scientific breakthrough through her unique application of strontium isotopic analysis. By applying this method to human hair, fingernails, and teeth, she details the place of origin of 2 Bronze Age women and traces their month-by-month diet and mobility. Her other isotopic work on analyzing woolen dress from Bronze Age burials in Denmark demonstrates that most textiles were imported and that there was no real wool and textile production in Northern Europe during the Bronze Age. It changed only by the transition to the Iron Age. The Milking Revolution in Temperate Neolithic Europe. Richard Evershed, University of Bristol. With the development of methods for the extraction and characterization of lipids to identify dairy products and meat residue in ancient ceramics, the Neo-Milk Project explores the introduction and spread of cattle-based agriculture by early Neolithic linear band ceramic farmers and its implications for the modeling of the Mesolithic-Neolithic transition in northern and central Europe during the 6th millennium BC. This revolutionary shift in human subsistence strategy completely reshaped prehistoric European culture, biology, and economy in ways that underlie modern life virtually worldwide. The multi-billion euro modern dairy economy is a direct consequence of human-induced biological reformulations made in this critical phase in European prehistory. Interdisciplinary approaches to investigating and preserving Copan's cultural heritage. Barbara W. Fash, William L. Fash, Harvard University. Their archaeological research on the ancient Maya civilization has contributed much to our understanding of the rise and fall of complex society and low-density urbanism in subtropical environments. Comparative studies of political organization, trade, and marriage alliances in one of the primary seats of urbanization of antiquity. The evolution and decipherment of one of the world's most complex and aesthetically pleasing writing systems, and the form and meanings of a sophisticated art style and set of architectural traditions. Archaeology for a Young Future, the New Syrian Life of the Ancient City of Urkesh. Giorgio Bucalati, University of California, Los Angeles, and Marilyn Kelly Bucalati, California State University, Los Angeles. The excavations at Tel Mozan in northeastern Syria are known for the project's interest in pursuing the uses of technology in an archaeological context. Bucalati and his colleagues developed a new system of archaeological documentation named Global Record, which combines journal entries into a hypertext-based output. This multi-year international project stands out for its exemplary engagement with the modern technology and the local population. Its serious effort at honest intellectual inquiry have become, for the inhabitants of the area, a source of local pride that transcends that population's own ethnic diversity. The Archaeology of China, From the First Villages to the First States. Li Liu, Stanford University. Chen Xingcan, Institute of Archaeology at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. Li Liu and Chen Xingcan published a book under the title The Archaeology of China from the Late Paleolithic to the Early Bronze Age in 2012. Based on the thorough analysis of archaeological sites, the book has made great contributions to the topics of the formation of communities and societies, the relationship between the inhabitants and their environment, the increasing complexity of the social organization, the exchanges and social relations between the core and periphery, and much more. The authors tend to show that, in spite of China's geographical context, The Chinese civilization did not develop in isolation. Early humans at the eastern gate of Europe, the discovery and investigation of Oldowan sites in northern Caucasus. Hizri Amirkanov, Institute of Archaeology, Russian Academy of Sciences. The discovery and investigation of early Paleolithic sites in northern Caucasus is an important scientific event of the last decade. The archaeological materials, coupled with multidisciplinary research, sheds new light on the question of the chronology and route of the initial dispersal of people from their ancestral home, East Africa, to Asia and southeastern Europe. Given the findings of human exploration of the North Caucasus, the waves of migration of early hominids had reached the edge of southeastern Europe by about 2 million years. The settlers of the North Caucasus were typically bearers of a classical Oldowan culture, a culture whose origins are rooted in northeastern Africa. Taosi, the beginning of China and Central Plain, He Nu and Gao Jiangtao, Institute of Archaeology at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. Wang Xiaoyi, Shanghai Institute of Archaeology. Over the last 4 decades, a series of significant discoveries have been made at Taosi. The urban plan of the Taosi site, covering an area of 280 hectares, includes settlement walls, a palace center, cemeteries, a storage zone, workshops, and a residential area, indicating that the Taosi settlement was a capital at the time. The Taosi settlement pattern reveals a state-level polity, which highly suggests that Taosi should be considered the earliest China.